And I don't know that this fish knows it's hooked yet. Oh, he knows he's hooked now.
Hey folks, I'm Melhorn. In this video, I am heading down to do some saltwater fishing with some of my freshwater catfish gear. Now let me start by saying I don't recommend using this gear and this tackle for this type of fishing. It's not really designed for that, but I figured the ultimate test as far as pushing this gear to the limit would be to go get in some swift current with some big, powerful saltwater fish.
All right, we got into something now. Got into something now, finally, down toward the mouth of the bay and the jetties. A good takedown. This is on a piece of cut croaker. Hit it like a freight train. It's not running left or right. I'm thinking this could be a redfish. Folded it over pretty good. Tide's starting to slack up. We still got an incoming tide. My net ready to go. Try and get him up here. Again, Dragon Fire rods, medium action. Perfect rod for this. Perfect rod for catfish. My money's on redfish. He's just not acting like a shark. Sharks do a whole lot of left or right. There he takes a run. Not the gear that this is designed, or not the fish this is designed for, but it shows you what it'll do. Eating some line there. About 1.5 mile current is all we're in. I think 1.5, 1.7 is what the chart was showing. Handling it just fine. There's enough drag on it. I'm not even maxed out on this drag, so 30-pound line. See who we got here. Oh, he popped off. God dang, that was a good fish. That hurts my soul. Bit through it. Might have been a shark. Lost it. Figures. That happens. I got a couple of these out with wire. That one had just a mono leader. That may have been a shark. So, oh well, it happens. Good test of the rod though. It was fun while it lasted. Dang, breaks my heart. See if we can get another one.
We've seen right here, one of the things you're not really gonna face in freshwater is toothy fish. A lot of toothy fish. Almost every fish in saltwater has teeth, and that's what got into this first leader. It never fails when we saltwater fish. We will put out some wire leaders, which will resist the teeth on most of these fish. And we put out some mono leaders thinking that some of the fish, like redfish, may be more apt to hit these leaders that are not wire. Well, as luck has it, most of the time, these sharks are going to pick up the mono leader. At least it seems that way. And you're really rolling the dice on whether or not you can hook into them. In this case, the fish bit through it. Sometimes you get them in, but a lot of times you get bit off, and that happens. But the good news is we put the baits back in the water and we stuck a hook in one that didn't get away.
Something that swam right up underneath the boat. I don't know if it's a fish or the bait. Boom, it's hooked up, whatever it is. Oh, got him. That ate the bait and came straight to the boat. I can't tell where the heck it is or what it is. And I don't know that this fish knows it's hooked yet, to be perfectly honest. Oh, he knows he's hooked now. There's about a 50% chance this could be a turtle. Let's see what we got here. Because it basically walked up to the boat. I gotta get this thing underneath the motor. There we go. He's off that side. Usually does it. This fish is swimming. Alright guys, I don't know what I'm hooked into, to be honest. It ate a whole croaker live. So I'm doubting it's a turtle. It's probably a big red. Good test on this rod and reel. We're kind of doing the circle. See if we can get him up to get a net shot anyway. Good fish. Starting to pick up the outflowing tide now, so there you can see what that rod's made of. Straight up and down underneath the boat at this point. He's going where he wants to. Medium action rod, Dragon Fire rod from Catfish Pro, made for catfish. If you ever wondered how they behave in current, well, here's your answer. Oh, it's a giant ray. It's a giant ray. Oh. This will be fun. Not what we were wanting, but a good test of this rod. It's a big one. That is a big one. I'm gonna try to net this thing. Try to get my rig back. Oh. I'd at least let y'all see what he looks like. Look at the size of that thing. I'm gonna tell you, if you can land one of these, you can land any catfish in America. Because that is nothing but a giant fin. Trying to put the pressure on it. Get it tired, but the advantage is his. Surprised he hasn't cut the line with the... There we go. There we go. There's your rod, buddy. There's your rod. In action. Can I net this thing? That would be a negative that time around. Did not like the looks of that net, did he? Bang, got him in the net. Boy, what a creature. That right there is what does the damage. That little barb sticking up. It's an old one, he's dulled off good. Turn back over on your back. I do not want you on your belly for surgery. There we go. Good looking ray. Now, let's see if we can get it out of the net. This will be the fun part. There we go. Going to live another day.
Folks, I'm telling you, one of the most powerful fish in the ocean, pound for pound, is a ray, especially when they get into some current. This was the ultimate test of this kind of gear, outside of hooking into some gigantic creature way offshore. This is the ultimate test of this stuff, and it worked. It got him in. Now, it was a workout. I'm going to admit to you that was a workout in that kind of current. We're doing about 1.6, 1.7 is what the chart was showing as far as the fall rate on that current. So it's pretty swift. Rays know how to play it. It's a workout getting them in and getting them into the boat. So I think this was a good test. It was fun. These things are fun to catch. And again, just some cut bait on a Carolina rig on the bottom. Typical 30-pound Andy line that I run fishing for catfish. And a nice big 8/0 Catfish Pro hook. Stuck him and got him up into the boat, into the net, and out of the boat. Be careful with these things if you ever catch them. They do have a barb on them and a tail that they slam around like a whip. You get that thing into you, it's exponentially worse than getting finned by a catfish. Got the baits back in the water, and we get hooked into something else.
All right, we got one going again. Let's see if it stayed button. Swam right underneath the boat. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. We got a mess here. Under. I gotta get the motor up. Oh, we're gonna lose him. Give him some line, give him line. How in the world I did that, I don't know. At least we got him coming at us. There's a big old sea turtle. This could be a ray. He's staying down like a ray. He's sucking the bottom like a ray. I think this is another big stingray. This one is acting like a stingray. The one that cut us off ran around pretty good. This one is staying down like a ray though. They've got a way they suck the bottom. He's moving. Got him up off the bottom for now. Wow. They got power. Nothing else, they got some power. My opinion, one of the most powerful fish out there. Let's see. May have to do the dance around the boat again. Yep. That is a ray. There he goes. There he goes. Where the trigger grip comes in handy. Ah, dang. The big one. There's a shark. Shark right behind it. He's probably gonna come in and bite that thing in half. He's back on the bottom. Get him lifted off. We'll be lucky if that old tail doesn't cut this one. They got a spiny tail that will slice right through monofilament without a problem. There we go. Heck yeah. He is making a run. He wants to get to them rocks. He can sense that waves crashing and probably knows that's a good place to break some of this stuff off, or at least hide. Got him turned now. Straight up and down. We're gonna see if we see him. He's probably gonna make another run. We got leader. There we go. He's about whooped. Oh, he's right near the tail. I seen the tail. Line was going right by the tail. There he is. Get him in there. I almost should have pointed a net at him. He's whooped. I just got to get him. I'd love for the hook to pull right now because it's try to get him up current, float him back into the net. Man, he is hooked good. In the net, got him. What a mess. Hey, if nothing else, we put the rods and reels to the test today. You ain't gonna catch nothing like that in freshwater that pulls like that, plain and simple. Put the screws to it. Let's get a look at this thing, get it unhooked. Oh, god dang. Trying to keep an eye on where that barb is. Doing him a favor here. We can keep that tail pinned down there, we'll be all right. Got him. Got him free. Might be able to flip that in there and get him out. I ain't grabbing him. Let's see. All right, we got the sinker off. We got the hook cleared. Guys, this is crazy. Let's try to get him out of the net now. Back, that's a heavy freaking fish too. There we go. Get him out of here. Hung on that hatch. Oh. Turned so he can go. Now we can't get rid of him. Boom. Free. That was crazy. That's a battle. That's two of them. You want to see how the rods work? In current. Strongest fish in the water. That's it right there. I'm sorry. There's nothing in fresh water that holds a candle to a stingray. They are really just a giant fin. Swimming fin. And powerful as all get out. Especially when you get out here in some current. It's amazing, amazing creature. Glad I have put a little time in the gym to get a little more better level of fitness is the best way to put it, because that'll whoop you right there, boy. That'll whoop you. Pulling on two of those, fun fishing. It's fun.
Well, boom, there's another one. I think this one actually may have weighed more than the first one. It felt heavier coming into the boat. A big fish there. Fun to catch. They're a lot of fun if you can keep them up on the hook and keep them on the line. They will cut your line. That tail, when it whips around, has got some serrated parts on it, and it can cut through the line. We got lucky on these and got them into the boat. Again, just using cut bait. This is literally fishing like fishing for catfish. I'm using the Ulterra motor to basically spot lock the boat near these jetty ruins, and you know, got hooked into a good one. We had one more though. As the current started to flow, I decided to try doing basically a bottom bouncing technique, to where I set the boat up facing upstream, used the trolling motor to set the speed, the drift speed on the boat, at about half of what the current was going. So I was going around probably 0.7, 0.8, drifting backwards, letting baits bounce down on the bottom, and I hooked into something that had some pull.
This is a massive takedown on this rod, and I don't know what it is. We're gonna see. Basically doing a bottom bouncing technique like you would fishing for catfish on a river, using my trolling motor to slow the speed down, and just floating with the current, bouncing it across these washboards in here. I'm hooked up on something. Again, oh, there he goes. Again, I don't know if I'm into a shark, if I'm into a redfish, It's not wanting to go down like a ray. The middle of this shipping channel is where I'm fishing these baits, and they're right on the bottom, about 35 feet of water. Like I said, just a bottom bouncing technique to catch these fish. Oh, Catfish Pro rod getting its workout today. It's a good shark. It's a good shark. That's a good shark on a mono leader. Not what we needed. He's gonna eat up. If he stays on, it'll be a miracle. The only thing that's keeping this fish on right now is the fact that the hook is buried in the corner of his mouth. It's just a mono leader on this thing, guys. You can see the rod back here with the wire leader, didn't get hit. Mono got hit. If his tail cuts the line, it's a good chance he can tail cut it. It's gonna be hard to land alone, but that's all right. We're gonna see what we can do here. He's gonna make a run again. He's gonna get his butt kicked right here. Oh, he's biting at it. About a 50-50 chance we get this one in the boat. Boom, he's in the net. Just for record, I do not recommend that you net sharks. Let's look at him. Yeah, I don't recommend you do this. That right there is about as perfect 5/0 hook, guys. You've heard me say this before. Match the hook to the bait, not the size fish you're planning on catching. 5/0 hook, had a small bait. That is a good looking fish. And he is not happy to see us. That's ultimately what we were looking for today. See if I can get him out of the net and then get a release on him. There you go. Come on. Come on out of there. Good fish. Stop. 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 Good fish. That's a good fish, guys. Real good looking shark. How long? About 5 feet. Good one. The kind we were looking for, baby. Let's get him back alive.
Man, sharks are fun. Powerful animal. How they survive in this current and get around and have that much power and that much stamina in a fight, it's fun to watch. I don't recommend netting these things, and I seldom ever do it. This was a little bit bigger a shark than I typically pull in the boat when I'm out there by myself. It can be a little more of a pain in the butt, but luckily he didn't bite through the net. Some of the smaller basket nets with some of the lighter material, they will bite through, or at least bite a hole in. Got lucky on this one. Still got all the webbing on my landing net there, so it'll be good for catfish. But again, another fish that was caught basically using a catfish style technique like you would use on a major river somewhere, just bouncing these baits down the bottom. It's kind of got that washboard bottom there in that area, and these fish will sit in some of those dips to duck out of the current and, you know, cruise up through there looking for food. And we stuck this one. I'm gonna do more of this. I've never done this before, this type fishing technique with the bottom bouncing, and it comes in real handy. Being tidal water, you have ebbs and flows there and what's going with the current. It changes direction every 6 hours. Typically, I catch a lot of fish in that little hour window there when the tide changes. It's a good time to catch the sharks, the bull, reds, you know, even the rays, that kind of thing. But, you know, for 5 hours, 4.5 hours, you got pretty swift current going one way or another. And I'm going to do more with this technique and try to catch more fish, because it's a good time to catch some fish during a time of the tide that you're trying to find some kind of break from it somewhere. So fun fishing. If you've ever thought about taking a boat to the coast to do it, you can do this, and I think you'll enjoy it.